different accessory, different topic. This is my catch-up video, for LGBTQIAA, everything, and queer activism and feminism. I'm really sorry that I missed this one, because it's a topic that I feel really strongly about. It's a topic that I don't often get to discuss, other than actually I really identify with what Subi said about only being able to sort of feel safe about talking about it in feminist spaces with people I know, but people I know who I know are feminist, and also people and also on the internet. Obviously, meeting a lot of new people in the last few weeks has been wonderful. But you sort of go along in a kind of bubble, I guess, and sometimes I kind of forget. I'm just like, do I need to tell people? Do I need to tell people that I'm queer? Like, do I need to be like, oh, this is what I am as well? Just, do you still want to be friends? Some part of me has been like, no, I don't, because I rarely think about it. Honestly, I really don't. I rarely think about it unless shit goes down, or unless I get offended, or unless I get raised from activism, which is what I would like to talk about. Enough to know or be acquainted with lots of queer people who are activists, who are fucking amazing in their own right, and this has really helped me. But I realise that not everybody is as lucky as I am in knowing people who are queer and able to sort of achieve this sort of intersectionality between the LGBT movement and feminism. I can't imagine what it would be like to live in a world where my feminism, which is something really personal to me, which is something that I think about every day, it's something that I'm really passionate about, and my queerness weren't able to link together, especially in campaigning, in just general conversation. But this often happens. Like, I had the experience of being in a new feminist space just yet, so, watch this space. I have high expectations for you, but I'm looking forward to it because I know that, in general, from my experience, I will have a more safe platform to be queer or to talk about queer issues than I would in a non-feminist environment. As I said, this isn't always the case. Often, and my general problem with the LGBT movement is the blatant and flagrant biphobia that occurs all the time, really. Often, actually, and I don't mean to make this sound like appropriative, but often I kind of use the term bi when I'm introducing my sexuality to new people because I can't be bothered to explain what queer means. Why should I have to? But, unless I feel that they're going to understand me, I generally just say bisexual, even though that is not entirely the truth. I don't just... my reasons for being queer are my reasons for being queer. But anyway, I often use the term bi. And although this doesn't mean that I necessarily identify, I can still totally, and it absolutely fucking grates me, the continued erasure of anything other than the L and the G, to be fair with you. Discussion also just really needs to not always be about straight feminists. It needs to stop being about straight white feminists. It needs to stop being about straight white cis feminists. I don't know when this is going to sort of start happening. I'd like to think, from seeing progress on the internet, as I mentioned in my racism video, that, it starts happening all the time. People are questioning these things. People are going at it, and people are just fucking tearing down the walls of karyaki and just being like, punching it, and it's going to be all so fantastic and like an amazing feminist utopia. But it's never that. I am really fed up with having to keep talking about this. Why do we still have to do this? One thing that I'd like to talk about is I'm not sure, I think somebody in the comments of one of Subi's videos mentioned that there's an extra A in the LGBTQIA sort of anagram, but which it's a source of constant debate anyway. But I saw that allies was in there, and I haven't actually seen, I don't think, allies in there before, and I'm just wondering why it is in there, because like, shouldn't that just kind of be a thing? Like, shouldn't allies just be a thing, but they don't need like a platform, they don't need like a place in the name, because it's cool, they're allies, wow, brilliant, and that's often really excellent and valuable. But it's, I know it's only letters, but it's kind of the thought. I don't know. I don't really know what I think about that. Again, discussion, go ahead. The reason for LGBT rights is often kind of limited, I find, of the lack of support of the feminist movement. I think it'd be a lot easier if the two meshed. Of gayer women who really don't want to identify with the feminist movement at all, because they just don't see anything in it for them, basically. And I think this is a hella shame, because women are women. If you identify as a woman, you are gonna suffer from the same sort of targeted oppression as other women. And yeah, this differs when you're a lesbian, or when you're bisexual, or when you're queer. It also differs whoever you are, you know? I mean, regardless of the big ones like race and sexuality and class, it just is gonna be different depending on your personality, where you were born, your background, your town, your what you look like. It just is, because that is oppression. That's the patriarchy. That's the kyriarchy, you know. So I just don't understand like what is happening with intersectionality. Really, I just don't even know. I'm really sorry. I don't have any answers. I just kind of wanted to rant about it.